President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Wednesday borrowed to modernize the Philippine Coast Guard, PCG, saying it plays a key role in the country's law of the sea and in protecting it. At the same time, the Coast Guard is touting his increased experience in the Philippine-famous territory in the South China Sea claimed by China. The Coast Guard was under the Department of Defense before being transferred to the office of the President in 1998 through an order issued by the late President Fidel V. Ramos. It was less than later that Pac Ramos transferred it to the Ministry of Transportation and Communications, which was split into two separate agencies in 2016 under a law signed by the late President Benigno S.C. Aquino III. The Philippine Coast Guard has intensified its presence in the South China Sea, Bajo de Masinloc and the Calayan Island Group, Coast Guard Admiral Artemio M. Abu Said at the same event. China claims ownership of more than 80% of the South China Sea based on a 1940s 9-line map, but Brunei, Malaysia, the Philippines, Taiwan and Vietnam also have competing claims to some of the islands. In May, coastal authorities dispatched 5 ships and aerial assets for the installation of buoys on the islands of Lawak, Patag, Lycus and Parola in the Calayan Group, Abu Said. The buoy guides sailors and works as a marker. A similar supply mission carried out by a Philippine-flagged ship in November 2021 was blocked by the Chinese Coast Guard, which fired water cannons at the ship. Under Aquino's administration, the Coast Guard evolved from the enforcement of maritime safety regulations, according to an article written by Coast Guard expert J. Tristan Terriella and published by the Philippine Strategic Forum. Marcos last month met with Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, in New York, which Japan is lending to help the Philippines with its maritime law in the South China Sea. Every year, trillions of dollars of trade flow through the sea, which is also rich in fish and gas. Meanwhile, Senator Joseph Victor, J.V. G. Ejercito is seeking a higher budget for the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, BFAR, next year, so it can buy more patrol boats that protect the country's marine resources.